Alright boys, apologies for the delay, but we are indeed now ready to get going with this opening matchup between Optic and G2. And it definitely should be an interesting one. Not very difficult, but here we go. Aggression coming in. Shox is going to be holding for it. So a couple of players, I believe he did actually see the second. But for now, at least, Optic going to fall back off on that aggression. So it's a bit of a tough setup. They've actually gone ahead and given up that short control. And are opting to try and hold down long instead. And the commitment indeed looking to now come in. You can see Yugi going to be the first point of contact, playing from the ramp. Quick headshot comes in actually as he takes down Shox. Rocky's somehow still alive for now. Actually not taken down by either of these players that have a bit of a crossfire on him. But eventually he falls and the kills just continue to go in favor of Optic. Locking this A-bomb site down as not a single frag comes in for G2. And you can see Jax, as he was left to lurk and try and find the rotations, he's just being left in a 1-on-5. Not much time to do so either, so wouldn't expect him to find a lot in this one. Repeaks mid and realizes pretty much everyone is focused on his position. And there you have it, the final shot from Yugi. He makes it a quad kill in that round, actually. Oh, hang on, they've already actually made their way up mid. This could get very dangerous. The AUG up close trying to hold it down from Snappy. He does actually find 2 kills, but as we can see, G2 finding pretty successful trades. They should be able to find the bomb plant at least now off of this. And not currently actually Diffuse getting the possession of... Let's see as Optic now do prepare for this retake. Going to be actually all outside of B. No one spotting mid. Jax has the opportunity here for a big flank to come in. No one actually spotting this. He should be able to find at least 1 kill, pretty much free. Tries to back away, but does actually go down. But it doesn't matter because the trades continue to go in favor of G2. And eventually Body with the final closes it out. G2 come in with a force buy. Instead, I believe Yugi was boosted up on the short. Snapping on the scout as well. He's trying to get the initial damage in. It's always nice to see the scout around the pistols, rather. Go again. Body gets tagged up. Eventually they should find this trade. Config made it a little bit awkward for them, but they do at least take him down without taking any casualties in the process. So this should be the commitment on towards A now. Cajun actually still somehow alive at this car. Was able to cross over with the smoke, I believe. It's lucky very quickly. Can he escape is the question and stay alive though. Those smokes at least giving him the chance to do so. And this is bad for G2. They're actually backing off with only 30 seconds left on the clock. Shox. With this kill, though, it pretty much opens up B. They can make this back around and in through the tunnels. Now they can just leave Shox in mid to cut off the rotations. Body catches the aggression from Yugi on short yet again. Yeah, pretty much is just hiding, hoping that they'll get up close and then maybe he has a bit of a chance. But the problem is his rifles at long range are going to be heavily favored. And you can see before he even gets a chance already, 3 kills have come in favor of G2. Can be able to find 1 at least. An extra $600 yet again added to his bank, but the bomb going to go down. G2 Esports pretty much confirming their 3rd round at this point. As Refresh has been spotted. Only a CZ, not much to lose. May as well go for it, but he goes down without being able to find anything. They can just leave Shox there now. He can stop the A players from rotating over, and as you can see, the commitment going to come in towards B. Body, he gets taken down very quickly. Lucky going to find a trade of his own. But Shox also chiming in onto config means it's all onto Snappy on the bomb site. And look how quick Kenny is on the op. Takes his head straight off. And at this point, the round is pretty much over. Yugi going to get flashed in. Has a chance to try and take down Shox, but sadly takes a lot of damage. Kenny finishes him off. Again, G2 taking their time, knowing they're up against those pistols mostly. Right now, a little bit of a 3-man stack coming in on short. A couple D's and a CZ. Config takes the very aggressive peek. Kenny was ready for it, although he didn't connect the shot the first time around. Wasn't going to miss it yet again. Yeah, the bomb being planted. Optic at this point may as well just, I guess, group up, see if they can get a few kills out of this one. Grab a couple exits. Not going too well so far. Lucky with some nice headshots there on towards short. As it leaves only Yugi now alive. Towards top mid. I think he's been spotted. Yeah, Kenny saw his head. Time becoming an issue. They're not really too sure what they're running into as they make their way towards B. With Shox again. This is a position G2 have been exploiting so far. Config goes straight down without even being able to find any damage. And now those 2 B defenders are under so much pressure. Push coming from mid and tunnels. Let's see though, 18 seconds now. Will they be able to get that bomb down is the question. Refresh able to find 1 for himself, but the trades are coming back. And Lucky, even while blinded, takes down Refresh. The bomb being planted now, and as you can see with the kills continuing to go in favor of G2 across the map. It will indeed likely be that 6th round. Cajun B again. who's going to go ahead and attempt to try and save this M4 over. Here we go. Again up against the pistols. G2 has always taken their time, not wanting to give anything away. Kenny with a quick opening kill onto Yugi. Oh, that flash coming in could potentially catch Kenny, but no. He looked up a little bit. I think he was ready for it. Flicked down. Didn't quite connect the shot, but either way, G2 is still sitting with that man advantage for the moment. No longer the case, though. Config, we know he can be a very, very scary player, especially with that deagle in hands. There's now the commitment towards a refresh. He still has the scout to work with, and actually a little bit of a gap in the smoke. Tags up body. Slowly but surely weakening these G2 players, making it slightly easier for the pistols. And there we go. Config finds another on the dig. Can he find the hat-trick is the question. Taking his time, eventually gets it onto Lucky. And suddenly a 3v2. Can it be recovered by just kennyS now? AK in hand. Finds it a little bit more efficient, I suppose, to take on multiple opponents. Oh, a little bit of a mistake from Refresh, running into the open. What is that? 25 seconds still for Kenny to work with right now. As Snappy is being very patient. Hoping that Kenny, rather, will try and push forward and force the fight. That's not the case for now. Kenny actually just going to be able to find that as Snappy peeks out. A 1 versus 3. Flash is perfect to actually force him back off the angle and a smoke to follow it up. But look at this. Snappy and Refresh are getting aggressive in tunnels. Actually able to find that trade there. Lucky enough from Refresh. I'm not sure how Lucky wasn't able to actually chime in with one of his own. But somehow, Refresh falls back off and gets the safety on the bomb site with a man advantage for Optic to work with. That's definitely something he can be pretty happy with. Config on mid, ready to try and shut down this push as well. But actually, no, it's the other way around. Kenny's too quick. 3v3 now. Push going to be commencing onto B. And again, now, Kenny can actually cut off the rotations, meaning it is going to be able to refresh on this bomb site to try and hold it down pretty much on his own. 2 players to try and hold off against. Low HP. And let's see if he's going to be successful. It's the dink on towards Shocks. Eventually finds 1 kill. And at least keeps it in a winnable position with a 2v2. We should indeed see that bomb being planted unless they try and push straight away. That's the question. Yugi taking a little bit of a fight. He's just going to be waiting now for Occasion to go ahead and wrap around in through tunnels because he has a chance to maybe try and catch someone. If he trades weapon, though, that could be dangerous. He just goes for the Molotov instead. But hang on, Kenny is posted up on tunnels. He has an idea about this. The flash is perfect, though. Good teamwork coming in by Optic on this retake. Suddenly, Lucky now all alone, trapped in the back corner. Hasn't been spotted as of yet, but he is half HP, meaning a pretty easy finish for either of these players. He's going to need quick headshots, and he's not able to find them. Oh, but already Body opens it up. Look at the up! It's stuck on the wall. That is brilliant. Maybe they'll think there's someone still holding the corner. Let's see the Occasion. Nice little Molotov to try and force those 2 players out of the corner. Smoke goes down, so it's not going to be too effective, but he does have them pinned in at the moment. Doesn't know there's 2, perhaps, because the boost comes in and he gets dropped by Body. Body with a second opening kill already. Config trying to make a play to pull things back, but it's not enough with only 1 kill. A 4-on-2. As again, G2 Esports is looking dominant in this gun round. A quick reset perhaps to come in. Refresh has been spotted. Pinned in the corner. Molotov goes down. Spam likely to follow it up. He's still alive for now. But here we go. Jackson behind. Easy finish. 8-2. The economy of Optic has been completely destroyed. Maybe have a FAMAS or 2, maybe some SMGs. Already again, B bomb site has fallen to G2. You'd like to see that Optic took at least a little bit of a gamble to stack towards A, but as it says in the name, a gamble doesn't always pay off. And just nothing being found. It's just so dominant from G2. I wasn't expecting this to happen here on in really this series. I thought it was going to be overall pretty close. I did think G2 would pick up this too, just because it is statistically a much stronger map for them than it is for Optic. Refresh, which just burns alive. Oh, Kenny catches the opening kill, just running straight out long. Occasion had no idea and gets caught in his transition over to the long piss, so already a man advantage for G2. Bit of a risk from Optic. They have completely given up B, but even then they haven't really got into positions to hold down A. It's more they'll be hoping to maybe try and actually get a couple kills as G2 cross over, etc. If they do commit, of course. For now, G2 again taking their time, but it looks like they are going to actually go ahead and make their way towards A. Smokes to be put down on the cross. No, they're not actually going to put down on a single smoke. That's a strange approach. Refresh able to find 3 because of that. Potentially a 4th as he spams through onto Kenny and gets the dink. The nade gonna go in, but Kenny should just about escape. But this round has begun to unravel a little bit for G2. Taking their time to get up long and then not even bothering to actually try and smoke the cross is just very strange. Willing to take the fight. I guess they were feeling confident in their aim. They have been pretty dominant so far. But it would have been definitely the safer approach. There we go. 35 seconds remaining. Still going to be favoring to hit this A-bomb site eventually, but Optic, as we can see, with all 3 players in position to try and actually help hold this down. No smoke anymore in the possession. G2, they're going to have to try and use the flash to cross over. Kenny actually catches the wall bang through the corner of the box as the peek came in. Config now a little bit afraid to try and take this fight as he begins to fall back slightly more passively. Gets a bit of damage on the cross, but Kenny now posted up, able to find Refresh. And it's all onto Config as the bomb is being planted. G2 again somehow recovering into this round. Config coming up through CT. I don't think they notice, even though he'd been shooting at them a moment ago. But as you can see, Kenny is posted up, ready for it. The headshot comes in from Jax as the jump peek from Config. Of course, Inferno coming up next as the map choice of Optic. That's a map that I would say Optic definitely do have a good opportunity to try and pick up. And if we hit the nuke, then I think it could really go either way. So a little bit surprising that we're seeing this being so one-sided at this point, but let's see. Shock's already finding the aggression on B. Lucky finds the aggression on long as well. Snappy not in the window, but could probably get there pretty quickly. But he's playing above the box, so I was going to say if the smoke goes down, he could have a good vision. The shot comes in, the nade to follow it up. And although the nade only does 6 damage, Config is, of course, still pretty low at 27 health. So a little bit of an advantage early on in terms of the HP. Now G2 go ahead and change their mind. A looking to be the site that they are going to target. Long control to come in. Cajun B going to be the one to try and hold that down. Yugi on the op as well towards Ram. There we go. Flash goes in. Perfect as it blinds up Cajun B on long. You can see because of that, Yugi going to be forced to reposition himself on towards the bomb site. He can't be exposed to long. But it's going to be very tough for him now to actually try and hold this off. Shox is just sitting on short. He's just been a nuisance right now. As you can see, most of the force coming in through long. And they are doing their job. Eventually, Shox falls, but it's still going to be tough. Config. It was a nice flash, but sadly, Lucky living up to his name a little bit as the spam works out. Refresh has looked okay. He had that one round where he got the triple spray down on long, of course, but it hasn't been enough. Optic are going to have to step it up massively coming up in the second half, and then also, of course, heading on to Inferno. See though, they should be able to save. Never mind, body catches 1. Wins against G2. And here we go. Quick long control going to be coming in. Can they hold it down this time is the question. Config does manage to shed first blood. Molotov going to force body somewhat into the open, and he gets taken down because of it. So a couple of big names to be claimed early on. Body, of course, being fragging extremely well. Lucky had some great rounds also. With this 5-on-3, this is the best chance we've really seen for Optic to pick up a round in quite a while. Can they capitalize on it though and actually turn it into a round win is the question, because again, G2, you can see the teamwork is quite efficient. That flash perfect on mid. It allowed for their trade frag to come in. Kenny actually, before the smoke blooms, is able to catch Yugi on long. And now suddenly B, only refresh to try and hold it down. Gets the first kill, going to reposition towards the door. And actually, if he can just hold off for another couple seconds, you can see his teammates coming to help. Config pushing through the smoke is dangerous, but he makes it work for 1. As now it's all onto Shox. Can he clutch it out? At 1v2, we know he's more than capable as he hits the opening headshot. And with that, the bomb is going to be planted. Cajun doesn't have a defuse kit, but he does have the positive of course, Shox not knowing where he's positioned towards, but no longer the case. The nice shoulder peek from Shox baits out the shots. As now he looks to try and hold this down, as I said. No defuse kit, of course, for Cajun, so he's going to have to get a move on. Can't really afford to take too long waiting for this kill to come to him. Going to have to hunt it down. And Shock's ready to push it, to hold for the push rather. G2 instead opting to keep control as short and just have someone from that bomb site spotting down. And that is Shox. And actually, as they push up mid as well, they're finding so much info. Refresh going to peek in and find that they're getting aggressive at least. And actually, Shox takes a dink on the bomb site, so early on, some damage just been exchanged. Problem is, Optic, of course, it's known that they're pretty much all in towards long, so they have begun now to kind of slow things down and potentially fall back off. Not in a position, of course, where they have to commit too soon. They do have still over a minute remaining. Oh, and it looks like they're just going to go back out long, so a little bit of a double fake. Backing off to make G2 think that maybe they were going towards B. And that has worked because, as you can see, a full rotate comes in. Refresh can actually try and come through lower. kill comes in for Jax. If he peeks upper, he'd find a lot of info, and I think at this point they realize that it is potentially that A commitment. But yeah, overall a decent enough fake from Optic. Problem is they lost one player, and to actually cross to the bomb site, they do only have one flash. So let's see how it works out. They'll be making their way across. Jax finds another kill, taps away, and takes down Yugi as well. As it's all on the config and Cajun B. Two of the more experienced players on this lineup in a 2-on-4. The bomb at least being planted is a small positive of this, but at this point, of course, they do need round wins. Cannot afford to let this one go, and it looks like it is indeed. Jax and kennyS going to be able to close it out very quickly. 14-2. Oh, and a perfect flash from Lucky. Should be able to catch at least one kill with it, but eventually being traded on. They're going to go wide swing. G2 shocks, rather, just shocks. Why did I say G2 shocks? Reading it too, literally, but yeah, there we go. Openings come in. Body falls on that B-bomb site as well. Of course, he was already down to, I believe it was 2 health, so wasn't really a lot he could do on the hold. But yeah, Optic, they come in. They find themselves a lifeline. And maybe now they can start slowly working their way back into this. It's going to be so difficult, of course. 14 rounds in a row is what they need to take the win. If they let one go, the best they can do is overtime. So it's a very tough position for sure. But if they can at least build up some confidence for themselves, warm up into this game, pull in a few rounds at least before they take it onto Inferno, then perhaps that is a good thing. Jack's trying to find some exit frags taken down, so only the op to be saved most likely. As long as Kenny doesn't fall as well, because he is still kind of hanging around. Yeah, now it's just the one op for G2. Kenny tagged up early on, sadly. That was, again, a really nice flash. I think that was actually from Optic. This should be a 4th round for Optic to be found. Config opens it up onto Jax. Flash around the short corner, going to allow for the peak to come in. Body going to be a pretty easy target, I would imagine. Indeed, that is the case. Kenny also being finished off, so nice little upgrade there. Snappy going to actually pick up the op. Will give it over to Yugi eventually, but for now he's going to just keep it in his possession, as the A commitment should come in. A completely open bomb site. Shocks on mid being taken down as well. Has a full stack on short from G2, so maybe a chance for them to get a few kills out of this. Let's see. Maybe steal away 1 or 2 weapons, drop a couple, and cause some damage. It would be nice. As we can see, not being too effective at this point. Mostly just shooting down. Lucky. Does he catch that kill and actually gets an AK? Those doors, though, being wooden now. A little bit easier for them to spam through, and eventually he will be finished off. 14-5. Actually, it's Cajun. Yeah, turns around. He was expecting that aggression, I think, but sadly just wasn't able to make it work. Jax comes in with the opening kill, and it is G2 into this round to shed the first blood. Commitment now going to be forced towards A. They have no idea if there could be more players behind them. They have to go forward, and sadly they're going to be running into bullets from the M4 of Kenny. Threshold, though, he gets 1 on mid, again being traded back, so this just isn't going too well for the T side. 15 seconds remain, and a man disadvantage bomb should be planted, and Config actually continuing to find the frags. Slowly working his way back into this round for Optic, and look at that damage as well being done. Lucky brought down low, the peak comes in, he somehow finds the headshot. And now Yugi on the bomb site pinned in, his back has been spotted, the spam gonna come in from Shocks, and he will be finished off. Map point for G2. Let's see what the plan is. That nade shouldn't really do much damage, I don't believe. Actually does on the Snappy. He took a step left and directly into it. And another nade to follow it up does even more. So early on, some good HP advantage going to be coming in for G2. With 40 seconds remaining, Optic need to get a move on. They're still split up heavily across the map, so they're not really in positions to push forward as a team. And Shocks, what is that? You see it from Kenny's point of view as, of course, Auto Director not wanting to help me out. I'm going to have to do the observing now while I cast. That probably will not go too well, but as we can see, Yugi and Cajun, all that remain to try and save the day. It's completely fallen apart. Looks like this is indeed going to be the end of Dust 2, all onto Cajun on mid, and he's actually being flanked out right now by the MP9 and Jax. So he should be able to find that. The damage eventually goes down. But I don't think it's going to last too long for Cajun. Of course, 8 seconds. There's nothing that he can do. Can't get it towards a bomb site. And there it is. G2 taking the victory.